Right, welcome back to Sport on the Go. It's been a
Welcome
while.
back.
How you doing, Boris?
I've been good.
You've been good.
Chilled.
Yeah.
Not much going
It
on.
looks like you've been okay. Nothing too serious going on in your life.
Nothing really.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, we're back today. We're gonna probably just jump into some football related content today.
Yeah.
Um,
It's just the best topic.
well, because we've had a couple new coaches come in. Chelsea obviously got
Enzo Maresca.
Enzo Maresca. We're adding another Italian ingredient. Well, it's not the first time Chelsea's adding Italian ingredient.
We like to add a little bit of Italian spice.
Yeah, just some
Yeah.
Italian herbs and spices. Looking forward to seeing what's going to happen there. And obviously we've got Liverpool with
Ornesh.
oh no, slot. No.
Sorry, what?
Sorry, what?
Also,
Yeah.
he's inheriting a pretty good Liverpool team.
I mean, he's got big boots to fill.
He's got
like
huge German boots.
A Dutch putting
Yeah.
German boots on is an interesting thing. But so like basically,
But like I said, he's inheriting. This is what we're talking about today. Manager versus head coach, because this
Yes.
whole new thing of head coach, where you're inheriting a team and you've got no say of who you want to buy or
Yeah, and you have to coach what you have. Like you're a chef with ingredients that you didn't buy, basically. So like for me, the best thing that like an analogy would be, as I say, like a chef, right?
Mm.
If I gave you all the ingredients for a stew,
Yeah.
okay, you have to put it together.
You should know how to cook.
You don't put the potatoes first and then the meat and then the onion. That's a bit.
Yeah.
But it can.
Unless you're a conservative sort of
innovative cook, yeah.
You know.
But the thing is that can still work because it's a stew.
Mm.
It'll all fry together. That's a different story. Then if you that's a coach's job.
Yes.
A manager is one that's also off the field.
Mm.
Has to manage the interpretation of how the team functions, if that makes sense. How the team
it's like being a manager of the club.
Yeah, you're kind of managing like the you're like the face of everything. You're the PR person basically. You're everything. You kind of like you embody the club. Yes. That's basically what a manager is supposed to be. A coach is somebody who sits on the field, makes sure that person does his job, and then on the day when it's match day, all he has to do is just tweak a few things, get on a person. That's basically like for me, a real manager, coach is Ancelotti. For me, he's not a manager because we know the owners are the real guys who tell them we're buying this guy and you have to use him.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like I don't think Ancelotti needed Mbappe. Not really. I don't think he's going, oh, I really need to win. I just won the Champions League. I need Mbappe. No, that's a Real Madrid thing. That's
just Real Madrid doing Real Madrid.
Yeah, but that's Perez, the owner, right? So, but that's what I'm saying. Like a manager, a traditional manager is not anymore like it's not a viable option, especially with all the money that can be made. Like let's say, for example, like I'm going to use an example. If I was a manager, and let's say somebody came to me and they say, we want Toni Kroos, right, from Real Madrid.
Yes.
And you're like, it's not going to fit in my team. Then the marketing and the whole investment department and everyone goes, but you see here why we need him. Yeah. That's where managers can get a little bit like too involved and can end up like damaging the reputation between the two. And that's what I think a head coach does a better job because all he does is focus on the field and training. Okay. He does and how the players eat and what get the best out of the players. A manager is actually all round. He has to make sure that even the owners are speaking to you and they have to find out what transfers are you doing, and that's not a modern day manager anymore. That's my feeling. It looks like everyone's moving away from that.
But do you? I mean, I'm just thinking about past teams and managers and things like that. I mean, someone like Pep, Mourinho. I mean, these guys pretty much handpicked their team. When Mourinho first started off in Chelsea, and
Mm.
he chose his team. He wanted Drogba, he wanted Ballack, and like
Yeah.
Deco, obviously, came from Porto and all that. Like he chose his team,
Yeah.
and it was one of the best Chelsea teams ever assembled. Same thing with Pep, with Barcelona.
I'm going to interject here because Ten Hag is exactly like Mourinho. He got the players he wanted. That's my point, is that not every manager is cut from the same cloth. You cannot give every manager the same tool, the same definition, because Pep and Mourinho are completely different animals.
Yeah.
Firstly, Abramovich was the new owner and he just arrived.
Yeah.
I just arrived. If he just arrived, he's like, okay, let me listen to the manager.
In fact,
because later,
sorry to interrupt
Yeah.
before I forget.
yeah,
The one player that Abramovich was so just that was his big buy. That's the player that he wanted in that Chelsea squad
Shevchenko.
was Shevchenko. Did that work out? No, it didn't work out.
Literally one player already put the spanner in the works. That's the problem. That's what I'm saying. And my thing is, yes, okay, Mourinho was a little bit arrogant. He should have at least adapted. I mean, he gave him everything he wanted. Abramovich literally said, yeah, sure, here's the check. Go get what you need.
Yeah.
I just want a little bit of my player. I want my player there. That's literally, and that's the thing. That's if he was a head coach, Shevchenko would have been in the team. There would have been no rift. Do you understand? A manager's rift, it happens when he has to, because he has to answer, he has to do everything. Basically, a manager in the modern era is not the same manager as it was before.
No, it's not.
Because a manager and coach used to be like one kind of thing. It used to be.
Okay,
like
but
if you look at it.
But here's a question.
Yeah.
We've got some popcorn kernels stuck on our.
That's all right. We were having some snacks.
We were having snacks. Pre-podcast snacks.
Yeah.
You're gonna have them.
You got to get vitalized.
So my question is, okay, Todd Bowley and
Yeah.
his squad. They buy Chelsea.
Well,
How much?
Well, the Clear Lake Consortium bought Chelsea.
Okay. Well,
It's like 7 people involved. It's not just him.
Oh, yeah.
That's the problem.
Yeah,
There's a lot of
okay.
heads.
I mean, it's
Yeah.
it's a
I'm
thing.
just trying to add a thing there.
Now I'm not too sure how the whole squad
Squad building.
transfer thing works. Like, is it just the owners that decide who they want to buy, or do they still have?
No, they have sporting
do they
directors.
still have scouts?
No, they have scouts
Do
and
they
sporting
still have
directors.
scouts and people that understand
You see, this is
football?
You see,
Because I just don't feel that someone who comes from America, maybe he enjoys football, he enjoys the Premier League, whatever it is.
Yeah.
To purchase a Premier League side coming from a baseball background,
Yeah. No, I can answer that.
and then just walk in and say, "I want this player, this player, this player."
That's not happening at the moment. Todd Bowley didn't come and handpick people. He did in the first week because he was a sporting director.
He did.
Because we didn't have sporting director.
£100 billion bottle jobs. I mean, that was all like
No, wait, hold on.
part of
That was
whole...
no, but that was a long time ago already. We're talking about 2023 early days. That's a long time. It's now new season's coming.
Yeah.
Anyway, the point is Todd Bowley was the sporting director.
Yeah.
Then they hired sporting directors, and they picked players.
Okay. Hire them from where though? Like, who are these people?
No, they've got scouts. There's scouts all over the place.
Okay.
The only problem that I have is if a manager. Now, when I say it's a difficult concept because you've got Ten Hag who picks his players. Like, no, wait, look here. Ten Hag picks his players and he flops.
Yes.
Poch didn't pick all his players. He finished above Ten Hag. Okay, with a mixture of young and craziness. You know what I mean? And he got to the final. Pep won the league. Okay, with his handpicked players for the last couple of years.
Yeah.
The thing is, many coaches they send like a what's it called, a style of play that they're looking for. So basically, like they say, I'm looking for a person who's technically on the ball and can shoot. Then they go and scout. That's what they generally do. They go scout. The problem comes in is there's also the marketing and revenue side, which at the moment in football is massive. You cannot just get a random guy from anywhere who's £5 million, bring him here, and you think, oh, he's going to sell shirts.
Mm.
because also there's the selling, there's the revenue side, there's all of that, and
Yeah.
that's where the manager has to also be involved in.
Mm.
He doesn't get involved if he's a coach, just a head coach. He is just left to do the coaching, left to do the training, left to do the make sure the food is
Yes,
correct.
obviously,
Because if you give a manager too much control, you can end up in a big problem because you've got one, he has to focus on the training pitch. Something's not, if there's no message getting across, but he's focusing on t-shirt sales with the owner and which player should we get that can integrate plus make us money. That's too much. That's too much work, right?
Yeah.
And I think that's at the modern time we're looking at most clubs moving towards coaches, just coaching. The rest is left up to the marketing department, sporting directors, and owner. That's what it looks like.
so you feel like it's taking pressure off of sort of that managerial position and just stripping down a whole bunch of
Like literally, like what's it called? Pushing it towards different departments. So basically, the marketing department has a little bit more to do now because they have to now create certain like content to add more revenue.
So do you think
more ads.
all clubs are now trying to take on the Real Madrid style of
Exactly.
running a club?
Real Madrid is the best run club in the planet, in any sport actually.
Yeah.
Look at any team in world sport, that's the best run club. Because as Mourinho said in the recent after the final, he said there's only three people involved: the owner, the manager, and the sporting director. But the thing is, the manager is Ancelotti, so he's a different kettle because he doesn't say much because he knows he knows how to use what he has. That's the difference. If that was Mourinho in Real Madrid, you remember what he did in Real Madrid? Bought this guy, got this guy, got this guy. You know what I mean? That's the difference. Is that some managers come in and need more players. Some managers use what they have, and Ancelotti is one of the best. He used Camavinga left back. He used Camavinga in midfield. Okay, maybe because Camavinga is like an all rounder.
Yeah.
But in Premier League football, you're not going to see some players go left back because there's an ego thing.
No, but I mean, we saw Poch trying different things with
and it didn't work out, and there was heat on the manager and this and that. There's no heat on Ancelotti because it's Real Madrid, and Real Madrid do things for the best of the club. Everyone else thinks that the manager is not doing what the fans want and he must be fired. That's the problem in like Real Madrid is still an old club. They're not a modern club. Like you can still see that the way they do stuff is still traditional. Just stick to football. They don't care about the if the style of play for that day is terrible, we won. That's all that matters. On social media, whenever
obviously, I mean, they still focus on bringing players that are going to
winning brings good players. That's simple. That's the simplest tactic. That's everybody. Like if you see now Chelsea, everyone wants to go to Chelsea. These young players because of our winning, past winning
history.
That's what I'm saying. Like Real Madrid is not. It's not only about they want to compete with Barcelona. They don't care about Barcelona. They don't want to play against Barcelona. No, they don't want to play anyone in the Spanish league. They want to play for Real Madrid in the Champions League to win the Champions League. That's all they want to do. And I think that's what I'm saying. Like Ancelotti is a coach. He used to be a full-on manager, like a manager.
Okay, look.
You know what I mean?
Just on that note, I mean, Ancelotti's been around for a long time. He's got so much experience. He knows every kind of player imaginable, young, middle-aged, old. Like he can manage pretty much any player in the world because he's just got experience. Now you get a young manager like Enzo Maresca.
Enzo Maresca. He's 51, I think.
Okay, he's
49.
He's 51, but I mean, he's hasn't had much experience. I mean, he's obviously had a good career.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Okay.
As a player, and
as an assistant.
Yeah,
coach.
but I mean, assistant coach and all that. But like, did well with Leicester City. But I mean, that's championship.
Wow.
Now coming into Premier League and having to use the ingredients, he's inheriting a squad. Now, how did Todd Bowley and company decide that he was the right head coach for this team? Because
the sporting directors have a style of play in mind and what's the word? A structure to the team that they want. Because the thing is, the structure in the team at the moment was the main problem. Like people still think, oh, the manager should have control of stuff. So what they've done now is they've picked a manager who knows everything about being second. Do you understand?
Mm.
That's the thing. A coach is not number one.
In Championship.
No, I'm saying no.
In Premier League.
No, you're not listening. I'm saying second, as in hierarchy in the club.
Oh, you mean being like a submissive?
No, not submissive. Just being part of the team. This idea of being submissive is weird. I don't know why people say, oh, they want a yes man.
Well,
I mean, tell me which company doesn't say yes to their boss. Tell me.
Doesn't say yes to their boss.
Yeah. When the boss wants something, are you going to say no? Of course you're going to say yes. The problem is that in football, for some reason, we want the manager to have full control of everything, and he could sabotage your club. If you're not careful, like Ten Hag. You've got 4 players there that are not good enough. They want to clear out the squad. They just bought the players.
Mm.
That's what I'm saying. You have to be careful with giving managers so much control. Because if you look at it, a lot of managers that we've had, some of them wanted to buy some bums. I mean, if you look at it, we bought Lukaku, which was a big flop. That was a big flop. Do you understand?
Yeah.
In some managers, you shouldn't be giving so much control. We have to be careful. We have to get the team playing for the next 10 years without any manager. That's what we want. We want to put a sock. We want a sock on the bench to do the job. That's what we want. We want the team to play like they doesn't matter what the coach says.
We want an AI coach.
We want an AI team that plays like they
just put a tablet there. Put a tablet. And the AI voice will start like shouting at the players.
No, so that's what. Okay, let's get back on track.
Hey!
Pass the ball. And no one can hear it because it's so quiet.
No, they'll have implants in their ear. All the players will be like,
they're gonna have Neuralink. No, anyway, so like that's what I mean. Like some people are just coaches.
Some people are coaches, yes.
Some people
I'm just,
are
you know, thinking about Tottenham, right? I heard a lot about their style of play this last season, and a lot of people were,
early in the season or end of the season?
End of the season.
Because end of the season are bums.
No, end of the season.
Yeah.
Where you could see that they were really struggling with set pieces.
Oh yeah.
They were like, it's like they weren't even. It's like they weren't even practicing set pieces at all. Like it wasn't even.
And what did Ange say?
He doesn't care about it.
Because he's not a coach mentally. He believes he's a manager that can.
No, but wait.
Okay.
So my question is, he's the head coach. He doesn't care about set pieces. Where is he getting this information from? Where it's like, don't focus, because now we're saying there's sporting directors, there's owners, there's this and that. Shouldn't the sporting directors or owners see like there's a problem with set pieces? You're the head coach. We want you to focus now on set pieces. Was there no one in Tottenham that said focus on set pieces?
Can I tell you? You see, the problem is we're using Tottenham is like a chicken club.
There has to be someone there that can see that, who's a football expert.
I don't want to.
Can see there's a problem in the squad. They can't defend.
Everybody says Spurs is Spursy. For a reason. It's ingrained. It's their DNA of doing nonsense. That's who they are.
Yeah.
So we are, mate.
Sorry, Tottenham fans.
No, we're not sorry.
We're not sorry. Sorry, but not sorry.
We're not sorry, but sorry. Whatever.
I suppose it's the same with Chelsea. Like this is a Chelsea game. It's like.
Well, I mean, everybody. You see, this is
dominating.
No, but like, you see,
3-0 the whole game, and then it's like last minute push 3-2, and then like. Well, can we defend for the last?
See, like, that's why Chelsea got
5 minutes.
That's why Chelsea got a set piece coach.
Yeah,
they got one in now from Brentford. They saw this problem. They're gonna fix it. The thing is with Tottenham and many other clubs, it's not just Tottenham. It's Brentford. Yeah. It's all these people. It's almost like. Problem is using Tottenham as an example is the wrong one because Tottenham.
because
Tottenham is
actually Tottenham's the best example to use because it's looking at a team that was in the top 4, fighting for all sorts of things.
Well, last year they finished 9th because they got rid of Conte.
Fighting.
We are fighting. We are fighting
for Champions League spot, and then they fumble it, bottle the whole thing.
Yes. And they don't care because that's in their DNA. My point is
that maybe because there's too many cooks in the kitchen, and no one can be like.
There are no cooks in the kitchen.
One guy that says, "Shh, we're not talking about anything else. We're focusing on set pieces."
There are no cooks in the kitchen at Tottenham. Can I tell you why? Firstly, the players that they get that are handpicked by somebody, I don't know who picks them, because some of these people are not good enough for England.
Too many cooks in the kitchen.
It's a mixture between no cooks and too many. I don't know what it looks like a mess. But anyway, to get your example works because Ange doesn't pick the player. He looks like he doesn't even pick his team. I don't know.
That's what I'm saying. He didn't pick his squad. Like they don't know how to defend set pieces. Okay. And he's like, I don't care.
Okay, let me use Enzo for an example.
So what are you focusing on there?
Let me pick Enzo for example. Enzo was under 23 manager at Man City.
Yes.
He got Lavia and Palmer to play together, and they won the under 23. Okay. Then okay. Then he went assistant manager in Man City. Then they won the treble together. Okay, that's fine. Then he went to a Leicester that he didn't pick anything, and he won the championship. That is a coach who coaches. Doesn't care about that winger he's not cutting enough on the right. Let me get in another one. No, he's going to make sure that one learns how to cut in properly. That's what he is. That's a coach.
Maybe because he had a good assistant coach, maybe he had a good set piece coach, maybe he had a good striker coach, maybe he had a good midfield coach.
No, he had a team that was already structured. And that's the thing with Chelsea. We are still literally in the last 3 years, it's being structured. People say, Chelsea spent $1 billion. No, we spent $1 billion in 10 years. When we get to 10 years time, that's when we spent $1 billion. So we can't judge that $1 billion now because that's long term. Anyway, when you look at Enzo, what he's going to do at the club, right? He's a coach. He's a head coach who will manage the players on the field, make sure that they get the best out of the players. Down the line, maybe he'll want to buy a player, but he will speak to the sporting directors and say, listen, get me a player who can do this, can do that. And the sporting directors will look for a player who can do that, plus make money, because this is a money-making business. We have to remember this. Chelsea just beat Real Madrid to the Brazilian guy, a 17-year-old in Brazil. I don't know who he is, but it's another one. Real Madrid wanted him. So now everyone's thinking, if Chelsea's just poaching Real Madrid players. No, it's not.
Why not?
No, but there must be some.
Go poach.
No, but go poach. No, listen.
Go poach.
No, but that's what I'm saying. Like managers and coaches, they used to be together. It's like a one thing before.
Look, no.
And I think because it wasn't really a fully money making thing before. Do you know what I mean?
Football.
No, it was the amount of money now being made is ridiculous. Do you know how much? Let me give you an example. 2008. How much do you think commercial revenue was for Man United?
Man United?
Commercial.
What? Annual?
Revenue, yeah, from the commercial. Yeah, how much?
Revenue.
How much do you think?
I don't know. £2 billion.
70 million pounds.
70 million pounds.
Commercial revenue, yes, 70 million.
Goddamn.
Chelsea was 62. Oh. Now, how much do you think is commercial revenue?
$100 billion.
Be serious. Come on. How much do you think?
A couple of billion, huh?
No. I'm talking the last 10 years. 10 years later.
Okay.
How much do you think it is now?
100,000 pounds.
100 million? No.
100 million pounds.
300 million pounds. Okay. So they went from 50 to 300 in 10 years. So there's a commercial aspect of buying players, selling players that's important. And Real Madrid knows this. They've been doing that for years.
Yeah.
They bought Ronaldo from Man United for 90 million. In 2008 or 9.
Yeah.
Okay, that was a lot of money. Now they're buying players who are 20 million from Brazil.
What is that going to do with?
I'm talking about that has an aspect to how managers and coaches have separated as the position.
Okay.
Because before the manager used to say, I want this guy, I want this guy, I want that, and that was it. And he got that player. And if it didn't work out, they're like,
yeah.
There was literally no cost because there was no revenue being lost.
But
do you understand what I mean?
Like,
if you buy a player now for 50, like 100 million, like Lukaku, and you don't earn that money back, by winning trophies, that's a loss.
Yeah.
Back then, when you bought a player for 20 million and you didn't do well, the revenue cost wasn't that much. Do you understand what I mean?
Yeah.
We have to remember the difference between them. Revenue for a manager is more dangerous than for a coach, because a coach, all he has to do is his job on the training ground.
Yes.
And on the pitch.
So then who do the fans hate?
For what?
The fans gotta have someone to like point a finger and be like, boo, you know?
Well, this is where I'm gonna get interesting. If Chelsea lose on the pitch, that is the coach's fault. That's only the coach's fault.
But what if he has shit ingredients?
No.
What if the players that
No, we saw last season that Poch cooked with that team. There's no more excuses.
Yeah.
There's no excuses. This team can play well.
Yeah.
They can do well. Fix our defense, we can do well. The problem is what style of play will he set up and who's gonna start? Because that's where the drama is gonna come in again. Yeah. Because when a new manager comes in, he's gonna say, I'm gonna put this guy, I'm gonna put this guy. Now Chelsea want to get Olise. That's Madueke's position.
Yeah.
Which means Madueke might be on the bench. Which means now some fans are going to be angry and whatever. Listen, I'm a Chelsea fan. I'm not a player fan anymore at the moment. I'm a fan of Jackson, maybe Palmer.
Yeah.
And Enzo.
Yeah.
Enzo Fernandez, not the manager. My point is like, it's not that traditional Chelsea anymore. We can't love the players yet. We have to let them 5 years time, then we can talk.
Yeah.
Because these guys are still brand new. I want Chelsea to succeed. Whoever's not playing on the right wing, I don't care. Just win games.
Yeah.
This idea of this support, people with AVIs on Twitter. Why is my player not playing? We don't care. Are we winning? Your player played, but he's crap. Get him off. Yeah. That's what I mean. Like that's why the coach comes in.
Okay.
You understand? You see,
it makes sense.
It's a very difficult. It's interesting because we can also talk about. How much power should the sporting directors have?
Yeah.
Because that's a problem. That's just for another day.
That just goes back to my whole too many cooks in the kitchen story. But like we have to look, I think what we saw this last season with, some of the teams, Aston Villa, amazing.
Yeah.
Tottenham.
Yes, because you see, Emery is a coach.
And
got the ingredients.
I think Arteta also inherited his team. He didn't really... But he have power.
He inherited Emery's team, won the FA Cup, and then butchered the team.
Yeah.
Completely pulled things out, pulled this guy out, spent almost $1 billion.
Yeah.
His squad cost $1 billion.
You see, but there's
and that's a manager, not a coach.
There's my
he's not a coach, he's a manager.
About young coaches, managers, whatever, coming in.
You know why he's a manager? He's friends with Edu, who's the main guy, the sporting guy. And the owner.
Yeah. So
that's 3. So it's similar like Real Madrid, but the only difference is they're not winning trophies. And that's what I'm saying. We have to. It's a difficult job, and being fan, you're like, oh, you get a new manager, and if it's a flop, it's another year of I mean, support the club. Whatever happens, happens. The problem is that we don't know what's going on behind the scenes.
I'm just confused. I think I'm gonna go into this next season just totally.
Just watch the.
You're watching the football and seeing all these.
Can I give you an analogy? Go to it like you're going to watch a movie.
No. I mean, obviously, I do.
You're not gonna go then going, I don't like this actor.
I just don't know.
Just watch the movie.
I just don't know where to point my finger now.
No. Why are we so used to pointing fingers?
Point finger.
Okay, firstly,
touchline or the stands.
No, the good thing is.
Where do I?
The good thing is. Can I tell you something? You pointed you guys. You're the problem. No. So at next season, at least the offside trap is now.
Oh yes.
Automated. We will not be blaming anymore so many decisions.
I'm actually going to see some Jackson goals.
Yes, 90% of those goals were probably goals. Yes.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
Because Jackson, I'm telling you now, Jackson's shorts or something were offside, not him. I'm telling you, the way the guy goes offside. And the VAR, they draw. I told you, we've had this discussion about the VAR.
Everything was offside. Yeah.
The problem is, you can't have, when there's so many factors, like even if we have to fix the injury crisis, though. We must not have injuries.
Yeah, injuries.
If we do have injuries, we still cannot blame the coach at that moment. We can only blame them when we have the full squad at the start of the season and we flop those matches. First 5 games, if we don't win at least, I'm going to say 3 because We haven't seen the draw yet. If we play Man City and Arsenal and stuff, we can't win all those. We could, but let's be realistic.
Yeah.
Chelsea fan trying to be realistic is very difficult. People want a point. You know what I mean? So that's what I mean. Managers and coaches, we can blame them after game week 18. How's that? Can we start with that, or 19?
Okay,
halfway through the season.
Yeah, that's our criteria.
Our criteria. In the first 19 games, if the squad is bums, hashtag Enzo Maresca out. We can do that. Okay. But he won't be out because he signed a 5-year deal.
We can do hashtag.
He signed a 5-year deal. He's there for a long time.
None of these things matter anymore.
No, that's another thing we will discuss in another one. Modern football, about paying out managers.
Yeah, you can pay out anyone. If fingers are being pointed, then contracts get torn. And
I'm pointing to you.
Recycling managers and players. But anyway, we'll see next season. Excited to see.
I'm excited. Also, I want to see
how things are cooked.
Also, want to see how Liverpool do with Arne Slot. I think
Arne Slot. No.
We're gonna have to see how he does, because I think the biggest problem that we have with new managers, especially in Liverpool, is when Klopp arrived, he also struggled a bit.
Oh yeah.
To get, but he has a good squad. But I don't know, Dutch football and English football very different. We'll have to see.
Very different.
What to
excited?
see.
Are you guys excited? Let us know what you think about manager, head coach. Would you prefer
hands-on coach or one hands-off?
Hands-on.
Yeah. Say hands-on or hands-off.
Hands-on, hands-off. That's all we need to see in the comments. Hands-on, hands-off. That's it. And we've got just to finish up. We've obviously got the Euros coming up. And, we did mention our predictions.
Our predictions before. The only thing off my head that I can think of is that we said Germany was going to win the top of their group.
No. I changed my mind. No, I'm joking.
No. I think we will revisit this, because obviously we have to wait for the group stage to finish, and then we will revisit our predictions. And also some people already predicted, which was cool. You can leave some of it. I'll leave the link in the description.
Yeah, if you want to predict,
and go and predict again quickly. And
based off of, obviously we've seen the New England team has been announced, or the English squad has been announced.
Yeah, a lot of missing names there.
A lot of missing names. But Palmer's been added in.
Kane's been missing chances, but we will see how it does.
Yeah, it's going to be exciting.
And we blame you.
I'm looking forward to it. Thanks for watching.
We'll check you.
See you next time.
Next time.